Moving forward in South Central Texas. A response to a letter from the President of the United States, the Honorable Barack Obama. Living in one of the hardest-hit districts in the economic collapse of fall 2008 in South Central Texas, a ride in the countryside makes one's head hang low to avoid the view of every other farm and empty house with broken windows that once had children playing and a big yellow bus forever in the way of traffic. Taking a family ride south of San Antonio, the view out the window is of ghost towns in the Old West, including an occasional tumbleweed that rolls across farm-to-market roads in need of immediate maintenance. These small Texas farm-to-market roads are the royal highways that makes mineral resources accessible, and the trading routes of food-producing farms trigger economic prosperity of Texas city-states of the new millennium. All rural roads lead to America prosperity, including our South American neighbors. Not too long ago, one could drive safely from North San Antonio on the Pan American Freeway all the way to Chile in 1995. I have seen this downturn before, when the strength of the American dollar put travelers on airplanes that ruined thousands of miles of the passenger rail all the way to Mexico City. Not long ago, I could hop on a train in one of the 2 railway stations in Old San Antonio with a backpack and a few $100s in my pocket. The scenic view by rail was worth the few extra hours to visit friends living near ancient city ruins of the Aztec Empire, deep and safely into what has become a DMZ zone 500 miles wide between our border and the main metropolitan areas of the Republic of Mexico. You asked for my ideas to keep America moving forward. I can tell you that heads are up and people standing tall with the bustle of roughneck oil workers filling once empty cafes in small South Central Texas towns with just a dream, the American dream. Economic recovery may be years down the road, but you cannot tell it now on the faces of locals after the permitting opened for the Eagle Ford shell drilling operations. If we want to keep moving forward in South Central Texas, is to go back in time of conservative spending by state, government, and citizens? Invest some of the profits of oil wealth back in passenger rail that will make Argentina accessible to the average middle-class family and heal relations with war-torn Mexico, which will strengthen our border security better than a battalion of Army soldiers, squadron of surveillance drones, or an impenetrable wall 20 feet high stretching from Del Rio to Matamoros. Some would say that would take a miracle or a goal that is not obtainable within reason, while others before us, such as Friar Bartolomé de las Casas, wrote in his letters to the King of Spain, Apologetica History de las Indias, about the same royal highway made without heavy equipment or metal tools as follows. Then there is that miracle, such it may be called for being the most remarkable, singular, and skillful construction of its kind, I believe, in the world, of the 2 highways across the mountains along the coast. The finer and more admirable of these extends for at least 6 and perhaps 800 leagues, and is said to reach the provinces of Chile. In Spain and Italy, I have seen portions of the highway said to have been built by the Romans from Spain to Italy, but it is quite crude in comparison with the one built by these peoples. A miracle is a positive event in our lives that seems to oppose the laws of physics or the natural order of things. We do not need to wait for a miracle. Reinvesting in passenger rail, rural road maintenance, and freight lines from Del Rio, Laredo, and Eagle Pass would just take an investment of profits paid by oil resources. The return on investment would not only save billions, is wasteful spending on border control, but regain trusted relations with our South American neighbors and a balance in economic trade. The construction and new routes of roads and freight train rail are ready in the works by oil companies to gain access to Eagle Ford shale in South Central Texas. Why not keep on moving forward with rebuilding by laying new passenger railroad ties where once the old systems lay, mass transportation infrastructure lost by inexpensive fuel-consuming air travel over the last 30 years in South Central Texas? Gregory Odell, Rural South Texas, July 4th, 2011.